Hi, Mike. Can you look over here, please, Mike?
Hi, I'm Mike Messier. Welcome to a very special Messier Moment. On this episode, we have director-actor Nick Principe. Let's check out Nick Principe on the set of his short film, Penance, right here on the Industry Insider's Messier Moment.
Hi, this is the Messier Moment with film director Nick Principe. Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Awesome, awesome. And it's so good to be here with your awesome cast, David Gear and Maria Kanellis. Tell us about yourself. What got you involved in filmmaking, acting, stunts? You do a lot of stuff.
In the immortal words of KRS-One, the rapper, you got to have more than one hustle to survive. I don't know. I started like most do who don't have any connections in the business as a PA, which is a production assistant, which means you just do any kind of grunt work possible. Slowly worked my way up into Local 44, which is the Hollywood props and set dressing union. And from there, I finagled my way with stunt coordinators and got into stunts. And stunts got me the role of CHROMESKULL and Laid to Rest. And after that, I started getting much more acting roles. And I do a lot of stunt coordination, like fight coordination mostly, and just acting roles whenever I'm offered them. And I've got a pretty good agent, so I get to do a lot of auditions. And yeah, so.
How did your acting segue into being a film director yourself, or did that come the opposite way?
Well, it kind of happened last August. My friend James Morgott was filming a movie called Stockholm, a very low budget dark thriller, and I was only supposed to be hired as the stunt coordinator and 2 days of acting. But about a day into it, they were a little unsure of their director, and usually the stunt coordinator is usually second unit director. So as I was directing those scenes, he offered me to direct the film.
Nice.
Which was tough because I had absolutely no prep whatsoever, and I'm still trying to make it my movie in the editing room. But I've had this short film, I've had it written for about a year and a half, and I tried to shoot it last year, and it just kind of fell through because I had just too many other obligations. And on the set of Almost Mercy, Dave Gear asked me about it. And he said, well, what do you need to make it happen? I was like, camera and sound equipment? I'm like, I can build all the rest of the sets. And so that's just what happened, and here we are.
Awesome. What are your goals beyond this short film? Goals as a filmmaker and actor? What are some projects that you want to accomplish? Whatever you can tell us. Don't give away the whole thing, of course, but what would you like to say?
I don't know. I guess world domination from a hollowed-out volcano would be nice. Or no?
That was on my list too. Anyway,
it's on most males' lists. No, I don't know. I'm very blessed, very lucky to be able to pay my rent and feed myself doing this. You know, I'm not a waiter. I don't do anything else. So it's great that I can just put all my attention into filmmaking in front of the camera, behind the camera. Hopefully if this goes well, I have kind of a horror martial arts thing I'd like to do, which would also be in like the $200,000 range or something like that. So hopefully this leads to that, but at the same time, I'm more than just happy to just get this thought onto page, then onto the screen, and just to have people see it and check it out. I mean, it's made for people like us,
right.
and that's it. I really don't care. You know, if you're not into horror, you're not in that genre, this isn't going to change your mind about it. It's not for you. It's for us.
One last question. We'll let you get back to your film. Do you have any inspirations, filmmakers or actors that, as you're a younger guy, you're like, oh man, this got me into film? You know?
Oh God. I don't think I'd be doing this without somebody like Kane Hodder or like C.J. Graham and Donald Shanks. You know, I've always been a big guy, and those are also big guys. And I always wanted to be the monster. Always wanted to be the monster. And, it's like if I was born like a little person, I would have moved to California and completely exploited myself. So as a big person, I am completely exploiting myself. As far as filmmakers go, I'm really big on like Euro sleaze. I love early Italian cinema like Dario Argento, stuff like that, just because I'm in love with the lighting, the way they light their shots with the red hues and green hues and things like that. So I'm trying to incorporate a lot of that. And growing up Catholic, that's definitely inspired this short, at least. Right. And there's a lot of fear and repression that goes with it, and I'm trying to invoke that. But, typical horror kid, Carpenter, Romero, right. Things like that. As far as like a new school, I love like Jason Eisner with Hobo with a Shotgun. I think that's like pretty revolutionary kind of stuff. And that wave of filmmaking to me is almost like the punk rock movement, right. Where it's very DIY. It's proven that you don't need giant studio backing to make these kind of films. You can shoot it on your own and then get distribution and get it out there. I think especially now with the internet the way it is, it's kind of a double-edged sword, where with the torrents and downloading and things like that, you get your product out there. You might not make a profit on it, but as of right now, I'm cool with that. Yeah. I make okay money doing stunt coordinating and stunts and acting and things like that. And it's just like being in a band. When you get that music out, you just want people to hear it. Right. There's no delusions of grandeur. I don't ever think I'm going to be rich off this. I just want to continue to be able to make art.
Tell us about the shirt, just if you want to give a plug to these guys.
Oh, geez. This is just a hardcore band from Boston called Ramallah. I don't know. Kind of buddies of mine. Just metalcore, hardcore kind of stuff.
Well, maybe they're watching, so.
Never know.
What's up, Rob? Anything else you want to say to the industry insiders? It's been very informative. A lot of people out there are getting started as actors, making their own films. So meeting you through this interview is going to be very inspiring to them, I think. So any words of wisdom or parting advice you want to give to people coming on up through the system, trying their best to make something of themselves too?
Well, I think for an actor or a filmmaker, the first thing you have to get used to is be prepared to hear that you suck. You probably don't suck, but you need to get used to hearing that. Right. You have to be able to take rejection and still keep pushing on. I think that's a lot of problem. The biggest problem with people is, somebody says no and they're like, oh God, whatever, and they give up. Right. You have to be able to push through that. If you want to be an actor, start getting involved with local theater, try to build up a little resume like that, and then, eventually you will probably have to move to New York or Los Angeles. If you want to be a filmmaker, if you want to be a director, you don't need to move to California. I think that's a big problem with that. If you want to make films, you need to be able to shoot where you have the most resources. Because in Los Angeles, you're going to have to pay to shoot right. for everything, Like, I live in Hollywood now, but I grew up here in Rhode Island, so when I needed a church and I needed some things, I went to my childhood church and just asked them if I could shoot there. Right. I'm building this confessional in my mother's basement. You have to be able to use your resources and make them work for you. You don't need to move out there because there's already 1 million people out there trying to do exactly what you're doing. So you should probably try to do it where you're most comfortable. Right. Where you just have the most resources. Because again, it's a cruel, cruel world in Los Angeles, and a lot of people come packing home. And, you don't have to do that,
Like Axl Rose in Welcome to the Jungle video. He gets off the bus. Right. He looks around. He's like, oh, here I am.
That's a scary reality, and it's true. Yeah. I mean, when I moved to Los Angeles, I knew about 3 people. They were in the music industry and not in films. And I mean, I completely worked my way from the bottom up to wherever the hell I'm at now.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's perseverance. I mean, it will test you. It's how bad you want to do this, you know? I mean, because for me, I don't have anything else.
No fallback plan.
There is no fallback plan. I'm 35 years old. I've already invested 12 years of my life into this. Before that, I worked on music for so much. You know, if this doesn't work out, then I don't know. I'll probably be digging ditches or something. I don't know.
Next to me and our editor, Chris Boylston, on camera. Thanks, Chris. Well, we want to let you get back to your film. And thank you so much for being on the Messier Moment, the Industry Insiders. We've been here on your film, and it's just been awesome all day. So thank you so much.
Cool. Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for giving us a little push. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Cool. Peace.
Hi, Mike. Can you look over here, please, Mike?